Everything rises and falls on leadership, says John Maxwell, a prominent leadership expert. This one sentence captures the important role leadership play in any organization. No one denies the need or the necessity of effective leaders. But effective leaders don't just happen without planning and investing. I believe in leadership training, specifically that leadership mentoring is the best way to develop and cultivate new leaders. It is the best way because of two simple and crucial elements. One, mentoring is the best way to develop leaders because it allows the mentee to see what leadership is like in the real world. Leadership is more than just learning principles and obtaining skills. It is about walking and talking in the active and breathing world. Mentoring provides on-the-site, in the real world applications and experiences. Rising in his book, Church Marketing 101, Chapter 9 talks about being able to see what you want to accomplish. He says, how did I finally figure out how it was supposed to be done? I saw it. It is that simple. Mentoring allows the mentee to see how leadership is done in the real world. Jesus in Mark 10 verse 42 to 45 says, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Jesus didn't just taught his disciple what leadership is. He modeled what it would require in sweat and blood. The best way to develop leaders is to model it for them. In Acts chapter 4, we see Peter and John before the Sanhedrin defending their action in preaching the good news. In verse 14, it says, when they saw the courage of Peter and John and realized that they were unschooled, ordinary men, they were astonished, and they took note that these men had been with Jesus. Had been with Jesus. Not that they were taught by Jesus, but that they had been with Jesus, signifying the impact that was made by a life shared. Not a belief or a code. It's important these things are true, but what infuses that beliefs into the heart of the disciple was a life that was shared. What could be of greater compliment than this? Secondly, mentoring is the best way to cultivate new leader because it builds confidence. No matter how practical a skill or principle is, it is still a theory when it's in our mind. It is only when we take it out and actually apply in the real world does it become practical. Mentoring builds confidence because it engages new leaders to put into practice their skills and abilities. See, confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is not thinking we are better or smarter. Confidence is knowing who we are and what we can do. Possessing the courage to do it. Knowing that even if we fall short, it is not a setback, but an opportunity to learn and to be better equipped for the next challenge. And a mentor can give that to those who he mentored. For the new leader, when their mentor believes in them to give them responsibility, it builds confidence. The more willing and courageous they will be to actually go out and do it because their mentor supports them and have confidence in them. Nothing builds confidence more than having someone, especially your mentor, believes in you. And every success that the mentee experiences breeds more confidence, and confidence gives rise to more courage. In Luke 10, Jesus sent out the 72 with his confidence and support. He says in verse 16, whoever listens to you listens to me. Whoever rejects you rejects me. But whoever rejects me rejects him who sent me. He empowered them with a great responsibility, and the 72 came back amazed at what they accomplished, which added to their confidence. Luke noted that the 72 returned with joy and said, "Lord, even the demons submit to us in your name." They were able to do more than they thought they could. Jesus knew how to build confidence in his future leaders. Mentoring is the best way to train leaders because it builds confidence. I believe that leadership training is the backbone that will sustain the ministry and the growth of the church. And that leadership mentoring is the best way to cultivate leaders. And every leader who wants to make a difference should embrace mentoring. John Maxwell contends that leadership is influence. Therefore, developing leaders multiply our influence. We become leaders who develop leaders who develop leaders, and so on and so forth. When this happens, our influences move beyond us. Let's be the starting point of a ripple that could change history. Let's be a mentor.